Okay, hello. Daily contemplation, daily Jewish contemplation. And today we want to ask, when is it okay, when it's even efficient to use arrogance? Arrogance and being rude, according to Jewish literature and according to our sages, it's one of the worst attributes that someone can use or can perform in his life. Why? Because when you are arrogant, it's all about yourself. You think about yourself and you don't let anything else to live around you. You think that you are better than anyone else. He has his own struggles. And if you won't understand his struggles, and if you won't put yourself instead of him, you will never understand him. And when you are suffering really from arrogance, because at the end it will be against you, when you are like, you have a bit of arrogance, you feel that everything, you deserve everything. Everything is around you. And everything is because of you. And because of that, you do not let the godliness, you do not let the Creator be a part of your life. And in Tractate Sota, our sages have very, very extreme words against arrogance. Let's see a few of them. One of them is saying, Rabbi Yochanan is saying like that. He's saying, when somebody has arrogance with him, is considered as if he were an idol worshipper, because he works himself. He doesn't work the Creator, because he thinks, what is arrogance? I succeeded. I made the money. It's all about me and my talent. I am talented. I worked very hard. So if it's all about you, then you and another person won't succeed as much as you, then you do not let anything else think about it. It's like you made all the conditions and you don't let the Creator be a part of your life, as we said. That's why you are an idol worshiper. And Rabbi Yochanan says also, as if it was when somebody has arrogance with him, it's considered as if he has denied the core belief in God's existence. Because, as we said, it's all about him. And it's worse than if he was engaged with all the sexual intercourse with all of those with whom relations are forbidden. And it's like he built an altar to himself, other sage says. And even one sage says, like, even if you give charity, and you give charity secretly, and you do good deeds, and you have arrogance, you will be punished. You won't be unpunished at the end from the judgment of hell. It's like, wow. Even if I'm doing good deeds, and even if I give charity, and even if I myself full of Torah, and I myself got so many good things, and I have wisdom with me, if I have, it's like I know what is right, and I'm connected, and I'm arrogant, then I will lose it all. And then I will be punished. And it is right to cut all arrogance from each one of us. That's what our sage says. And another few words, few ideas. And they said something like that. Any person who has arrogance with him, the Holy One, the God, the Creator, cannot dwell together in this world with him. Because when I want respect, it's all about me. I want respect. I want everyone to notice me, to think about me, to talk about me. When I give respect, I take one step backward and I let other people live their life and I see other people and I see their contribution to this moment, to whatever we are doing. And when I'm in situation of arrogance, you do not let godliness, the Creator, dwell with you. That's what God says. Why? Because you only want respect. And sometimes we think about people with arrogance, they are like walking like that. They are full of themselves. Sometimes depression, it's a huge arrogance because it's all about you. Try to talk with someone with depression. He's talking only about himself. You are trying to say, okay, now I want to tell you something about myself. He won't be able to listen to you because he would be so busy with himself. But after saying all of that, there is one exception, and it's very hard. What arrogance do? Arrogance help us protect ourselves sometimes from all those things that try to take our attention. So there is one exception when I can use arrogance and I can be rude, and it will be efficient, it will be a part of my job, it will help me discover my inner attributes, it will help me connect myself to something higher, to know what is my real will. That's what one of our sages says. It says like that. It says, despite the opprobrium assigned to one to arrogance and whatever is connected to arrogance, a Torah scholar, a real scholar, a person that know what he is connected to, and he has the trajectory that leads him. He knows where he is walking to, and a person like that needs to have 1/8 of 1/8, like a small measure, a small amount of arrogance. And if he has this kind of arrogance, is like crowns him as the horn of Bristol-like growth on the top of the husk. It's like when we have wheat and there is around it the husk, and the husk is with the horn or like air, something like that, that protects it. It's like he is the wheat and he has like a husk around it. What does it mean? What is talking about? What it's all about. A minute before we said arrogance is the worst attribute that someone can adopt. And now we are saying that there is a place to arrogance. In order to understand it, I want to get deep into one of the ideas of Rabbi Shneur Zalman of Liadi, the Baal HaTanya, Admor HaZaken, who was the founder of Chabad movement, and he's saying something like that, something very profound. He's saying, in order to understand this positive arrogance, you have to understand what is in Sasa Leshibolta, what is this husk around the wheat? What is this husk you saw wheat, there is this husk and it's with some kind of horn or like hair, something like that that gets out of it. And he's asking, why do we need the husk? And he's answering, how does a wheat grow? It needs water and sun, but sometimes the sun is too strong. It's like the wheat won't be able to stand in front of such a strong sun. And sometimes the wheat needs rain, but sometimes the rain is too much. So it needs something to protect it, so it won't decompose in the soil, in the land. So why do we need the husk? The husk help the wheat to grow. It like protect it. In the language of the Alter Rebbe is saying that the husk, it takes all the undesirable water, the headed water, the water that could decompose or deteriorate the wheat, and it's also protected from from very strong sun that could destroy the husk. So what can you understand out of it? But at the end, when the seed of wheat is ready, then you don't need the husk anymore, and you can get rid of it, and it falls down. What he is saying, we also need some arrogance when you are connected. And he's saying like a person who is the one, they are talking about a person that is a scholar, a real scholar. What does it mean to be a real scholar? That you are connected to something positive. When you have a trajectory, when you know when you are going to, when you know what is your real mission. There are sometimes you meet people that try to take you down. They are like, it's very important to do charity, to be good with others, to help others. But sometimes when you do not have your way, your road, people will distract you, because they will need from you and they will take from you too much energy. Sometimes you need a bit of arrogance. I'm connected to something higher. I have something that protects me from those that trying to take me down. And it's right, usually, you can think about the connection between a therapist, psychologist, and the one that received the therapy. If you want understand really what his patient needs, if you want really understand him and be with him and get down with him, you won't be able to help him. But we will protect himself. We will send him a hand and take him out of the place that he is there. It's not the right thing to be with him down there. The right thing is to send him a hand, to show him that you understand him, and then to take him out of it, out of the place that he is in, out of the swamp. Without that, it won't happen. And sometimes Viktor Frankl writes that a lot of psychologists, psychiatrists, they are suffering themselves. Why they are suffering themselves? Because they see so much agony, despair, anxiety. They talk about it, they try to understand. And when you try to understand someone so much, sometimes you yourself will be so, you could be hurt by that. So what's your mission? To have a bit of arrogance, a bit of being rude. No, now I have time to myself. Whenever I want to write something, I have to close my phone. When you close your phone, you do not answer to other people. You are rude, but you cannot push yourself forward. You cannot continue. You cannot succeed without being a bit rude. So 1/8 of arrogance, when you have, and this is the condition, when you know where you're walking, and you know when where you need to take your patient to, and you know where you need to take yourself, and you know what is your direction, and you know you are connected. A scholar, a Torah scholar, as he describes it in the Tractate of Sotah, it's a one that is connected to something higher, that is ready to nullify himself to this I think, I will, I think that he is connected to I wisdom. If you're not connected to any wisdom, just being rude, just being arrogant, it's the worst thing that you can do, because it's all about you. But if you know that your mission is to be connected to something higher, then you need a bit of arrogance. Daily contemplation. We invite you to come to subscribe to this channel and to walk through with us, to give us comments, and we will try to add. I will send a link under the video to the sources that we are using, sources sheet, and you are more than welcome even to join us with the WhatsApp group. Then there we will send all kind of notification about new videos every day. We'll try to do it every day. We think about it. In Hebrew, we are doing this every day, and it is succeed. And it's very helpful, because without learning every day, you won't be able to change yourself. A little bit arrogance, not too much, only if you are connected. See you next contemplation.